Hello, I'm Dr. Joe Pojman, Executive Director of Texas Alliance for Life. I have tremendously good news. This week, the Human Life Protection Act, House Bill 1280, went into effect to completely protect unborn babies from the tragedy of abortion, beginning at conception. Authored by Representative Giovanni Capriglione and Senator Angela Paxton, the Texas legislature passed, and Governor Greg Abbott signed into law House Bill 1280 in 2021. My staff and board members were tremendously honored to be present when pro-life Governor Greg Abbott signed that bill. The Human Life Protection Act is the last stake in the heart of the abortion industry in Texas. This law was among the top legislative priorities for Texas Alliance for Life last year. Today, and each day after, we celebrate that unborn babies' lives will be saved from abortion across our great state. The Human Life Protection Act provides multiple avenues of protection against illegal abortions in Texas. Violators can be sentenced to up to 99 years in prison, be fined $100,000 or more, and lose their medical licenses. House Bill 1280 does not allow prosecution for the treatment of miscarriage or ectopic pregnancy, and women cannot be charged for seeking an abortion. House Bill 1280 updates and improves upon the pre-Roe abortion laws, first passed in 1854, that the Supreme Court blocked in the terrible Roe v. Wade decision. Those laws went back into effect after the court overturned Roe. The Guttmacher Institute, a leading advocate for legal abortion, reports that all 23 abortion facilities in Texas have ceased performing abortions. Texas has been well prepared for the Supreme Court to overturn Roe. In addition to working toward protecting unborn children's lives in our state, through the signing of the Human Life Protection Act, Governor Abbott approved an appropriation of $100 million for the current two-year budget for the highly successful Alternatives to Abortion program. Support is available for at least 3 years after birth from nearly 200 pregnancy centers, maternity homes, and adoption agencies across the state, serving 150,000 clients each year, far more than the 55,000 abortions in Texas in 2020. And there are hundreds of privately funded organizations and church-based programs that provide the same services. Governor Abbott also approved $1.2 billion per year in the Medicaid program for prenatal, childbirth, and follow-up care for low-income women and their babies. The road forward is promising, but it will not be easy. Already, the Biden-Harris administration issued a directive to force our hospitals in Texas to provide certain abortions at taxpayer expense, threatening to block all Medicare and Medicaid funds for the hospital if the hospital does not comply. On this front, Attorney General Ken Paxton scored a huge victory when the federal court in Lubbock recently blocked enforcement of the Biden-Harris directive in Texas. Regardless, this is a time to look back at the tremendous gains the pro-life movement has achieved over the last 50 years, especially here in Texas. Those include the many substantial laws our legislature passed, including the Human Life Protection Act, as well as the tremendous network of support available to women and families with unplanned pregnancies. 2022 will be a year to remember, a landmark year in the history of human rights in Texas and our nation, especially for unborn children. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week.